back to another Ace Attorney live stream. I'm your host, the cynical asshole, Zach Daniels, as per usual. And joining me today is Random Kush Senpai Sansama Kun.
Hi, Kazuma desu.
Well, it's time for us to get into this trial that I've been. Oh, it's been killing me. I need to finish this. I hope I picked the right one, actually. Because this, I think, appeared in the first part of this game, so I don't know. This one is a conversation. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer, prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I got me some pizza, some Papa John's. They were a couple of minutes late, but you know, you can't really get mad at them. It's a Friday. Don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Where'd you get that class? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Well, listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creep slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Oh, by the way, Kush, if you want to listen to that casual music, you can.
Okay.
I've learned that my streams will get demonetized anyway, because apparently Ace Attorney music is very important to the Ace Attorney makers. Phoenix. What? How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to challenge me since yesterday. What am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? Let me join. As they let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Ben, you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe, until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. Do that, they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Or have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we got, just like you. Thanks, Gumshoe. He's so supportive when he doesn't have a job. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make this trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. March 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Ms. Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, she really connected to the crime itself. Miss Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she's guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Ms. Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I'd like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carrito was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Ungard. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can, at least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. You know what? In all honesty, not even shocked that they would ask him to come in. Even if I forget what happened last time. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay, I'm Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Hold on. Why is this stuff? Okay, there we go. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. Well, denied the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yeah. I didn't know that. Oh, but you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungard's room. A visit to Matt's room. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing does sound out of place. Talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Much like every Wednesday night. A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? I told you on that. Oh, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of. And I wanted to say congrats! But What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright? What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. You know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Every time. Witness. I'll personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Are you sure that was Matt Ungar? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing his nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And? What was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? First? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on the tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. I watched two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know? I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip. But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait me. Who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. It's like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. I hit hold it on all of them. Hey, wait. Only a few minutes ago you stated. You know, I did feel something weird. I think that's because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, yeah, that's it! You really know your job! Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So I gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Ah, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was. That's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments should I ask about. The bellboy's face, obviously. What's so shocking about his face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. He was there at our on-guard's house. He was that butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Haha, nothing, Your Honor. So that means On Guard was talking with the killer, then. If that fact were to be exposed, On Guard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? Huh? What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright. Nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. They're gonna have us go back and ask him about how much the tip was. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? I'm sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Uh-oh. Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. I should probably raise an objection, but then again, I'll wait and see. There's nothing I can really object to here. I mean, who can argue that a fat roll of money isn't really odd? So supposing that
everyone
roll of
can argue? I'm sorry, everyone can argue.
You know what? You're absolutely right, though, because, like, it honestly depends on how much is actually in there, because a fat roll of cash can be 20 singles, for all we know. Then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Uh-oh. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then, that the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor?
Yes.
I have. Just shut up, Coach. I mean, you're not wrong, but like, you're also not right because he was taught by the most perfect of perfect prosecutors, and Mr. Von Fred. No, what was his name? Manfred von Karma.
Bro, that fucking name now.
Bro, his daughter's name is Francisca von Karma.
Go on.
She's an 18-year-old who looks like she's in her 30s.
Oh, got you.
She became a prosecutor at like the age of 14, I think, over in Germany.
Got it. So, anime bullshit.
And she's the epitome of a perfect winning streak. Well, until Phoenix came around. I have here the cart Shelly the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelly the Killer. He's the person the police's special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelly the Killer. Really? Mm-hmm. What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Nani? Nani? Sono Ochigayo! Oh, dude, you just shot the words right out of my mouth. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. For the second time. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Carrera's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Why did it suddenly stop? Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ouch, Edgeworth. You cut me deep, man. No, but I remember at the start of this, well, I want to say this trial, but I guess this chapter, that I always thought that Matt and Juan just had like one of those Naruto versus Sasuke type rivalries, like without the part of them trying to kill each other, obviously. But then, like, as we move on, it's more or less that he's just they're all just jealous of each other. I swear, Hollywood, it makes people do crazy things. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Someone's in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. What time was it? Ah, well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. Then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Power? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. That's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah, and how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. Which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy is one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. Is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or... You know what I'm gonna say is... I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual on an empty-handed bellboy. There really is. There really isn't! Nice comeback, Phoenix. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this one. And yours, going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious. I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room at 2:10. Alright. Give me my pizza! Fine, I'll just take this one. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. But we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed. Some sort of proof, but I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Next to the victim with tomato juice. I don't think this stuff is going to come in handy until later. And in the hallway right after the murder. Hey, that worked! Hopefully. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Oh my god, Phoenix, I hate you so much.
No, no.
Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There was a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corretta's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. Now if you look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corretta's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But I don't mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Corretta was already dead at that time? Uh-oh. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I didn't know that you were so petty, Judge. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Goodness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-hand, Ed. The fuck are you talking about? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah! I almost forgot! Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, this just makes the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get likes here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. Why are you making these arguments? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? But that man received a large gold cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. Their second meeting. After leaving Kwan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. Yes? Fine, but you gotta be good. I am trying to stream right now. I don't have time for your drama. Yeah, I'm sure. So either stay in or get moving. No promises. After leaving Kwan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on that door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room? Kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. Objection! Oh, Tiny plays. Someday you and we will play a bunch of games together. I promise. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Their second meeting. Hello, I can't wait. After leaving Pon's room, the bellboy went and knocked on the Met's door. What's that? Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action star. Why does he keep throwing that up like it's something to be proud of? But even I wouldn't stoop to spying. I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Howard? Oh, I'm from the door of the bathroom with my left eye, in a sort of sneaky spy light. I knew he was spying! Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the little boy do next? That's all I care to know. He gave something to the person inside the room. I really hope someone takes the new textures and uses them with the Phoenix Wright game engine. Actually, I remember a while back I saw a video of someone doing a custom Phoenix Wright type game on PC. You know, using custom character models, putting in their own text, all that stuff. I was gonna try it out once I got my new laptop and maybe stream that for a bit. But I don't know if it's active. I don't know how safe it is. But if you want to go check it out, you totally can. I said, hold it. Okay. It's better. Yeah, this is the custom Phoenix Wright game engine. Yeah, I've wanted to try that for a long time. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Still active, I just hope that they use the new updated graphics. I wonder if they're still updating it, period, though. He gave something to this person? Yeah. And what was this something? Haha. If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing. Let's go back and check what that other thing was. What is this about? I just got this email from PSN. This is your last chance to save on some of the biggest titles. It ends August 20th. Oh, they're talking about the summer sale. So who took this something? You know what? I actually probably need to check the summer sale store after this. Edgeworth is great at helping to bring the right person justice. He really is, but like, I kind of miss old Edgeworth, who was just a douche. I mean, even in the final trial, before he vanishes, he's such a good character to have a what am I talking about? Witty banter with. Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm. And you're saying you didn't see the person's face. Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong? Douche Edgeworth was just a phase, though. I mean, was it, though? Was it really? Because even, like, he may be acting now, but, like, it just, he still gives off that vibe as if he never changed. Maybe that's just the way that his sprites are animated, but, like, in all honesty, he kind of just seems like an uptight douche. Inside and outside of the courtroom. But we all know that he's just, you know, a little socially awkward. He's not good at interacting with people outside of a courtroom. And he's kind of just uptight in general. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. The final case proves his emotions were the reason. To be honest, after the Von Karma trial, you know, where we find out that you know, Edgeworth didn't actually kill his father. I think that he started realizing that he should have been a defense attorney all along, but you know, he spent most of his natural born life just like following in the footsteps of Manfred von Karma, which probably has kind of is probably one of the reasons why he's even able to make this transition into being this good sort of in-between character, or in-between legal character, I should say. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Howard, please try to remember what it was about what handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. Oh, please! Please tell me it has nothing to do with the first case. From like the first game. That would just break my heart. Poor Mia died over a wooden statue. Edgeworth could still be a defense attorney. Maybe we'll get a Phoenix Wright game where you have to play as Edgeworth as a defense attorney. You know what? I'd play something like that. I think I remember someone saying, or from the abridged series, I think this was referenced, but he apparently got his own spin-off game. I'm not too sure if that's true or not, but I would play it. I would play a game with Edgeworth as the main character. Mainly because I would love to see him as a defense attorney facing off against other prosecutors. And them just be like, you were the best prosecutor that we had for a while. But then you decided to switch for the other team. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Everyone I talk to about the spin-off game, no one seems to know much about it.
I remember hearing something about it, but it was like a fan-made thing, and like the people who created it were somewhat okay with it, I guess you would call it, but it's almost just weird.
Well, I got the trilogy on sale, so it wasn't as expensive for me. If I saw it again, I'd say sure, I think it's some sort of wooden statue. I'm in EU, so finding Phoenix Wright games are rare most of the time. You know, I hear that the prices in, over in, like, the UK and, I don't know, maybe in Australia, that the prices are much higher than they are in the States or in Japan.
Yeah.
I honestly feel bad for them. Like, if it turned out that there was an $80, I had to pay $80 just to play a game that was like a sequel or something, I would honestly lose my goddamn mind. Probably go and shoot up a store or something.
By not finding the tobacco, proving it would have been
A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. When I saw the actual thing again, I probably remember, you know? Looks like for this trial, see, going to have to come up with whatever the statue thing is to show it to them. I have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? Phoenix Wright is 15 to 25 pounds, depending on which one, and that's second-hand DS ones. Kush, how much is 25 pounds?
25 pounds?
Yeah.
I want to say like 30 bucks, maybe? I'll double check.
Well, I mean, if it's for a second-hand game, then I guess 30 bucks. I mean, it kind of stretches to the point of that's overkill, but for the most part, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, about $30.38.
Yeah. See, I don't know, because in all honesty, I didn't really buy that many DS games. I was more of a how do I put this? I bought games for the DSi, but I rarely bought games for the DS. And even then, I was still playing Game Boy at the time, and I had my PlayStation 2 to worry about. So I was pretty much more of a PlayStation gamer. So I can't really say for sure if that's overkill or not. On an R4 in Turkey. What's an R4? I've never heard of that before. Is that like a Turkish console? Like text to be in Turkish language? Actually, I can't even do a Turkish accent, so I don't even know how they talk. Oh, there was this one kid in my class who was Turkish, but I rarely talked to him. Where did the spell would go after he left Mr. Unguard's room? He opened the door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who knows after that, right? I do. So I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. It's an amazing cartridge that plays Nintendo DS games from an SD card. It sounds like that advanced technology shit. Like, it sounds like what they did with in Hunter x Hunter with the Greed Island game. Where they tried to extract the same data from the game and play it that way. Anything strange? Something ordinary of this? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing. What? You saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about Wendy Oldbag. He was watching Fawn's door like some sort of stalker. And everyone else knows who it is too. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now is just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? I'm talking about a lose-lose situation. Hold on. There was... I think this is the one I'm supposed to do. I'm going to click don't ask anything. I don't think I can find out much more from this press. It's probably one of the different type. Oh, this is wooden. If Phoenix hugged Mia, is he hugging Maya or Mia? Shit, man, I don't know. Wow. That honestly left me speechless. I mean, I think it would depend on... No, it would have to be Maya, because that's still her body. I don't know. Right, exactly. That was unintentional. I did not mean to do that.
Sure you did.
I didn't mean to pause it at that moment. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Oh God, Edgeworth, what is with your pregnant language? Channeling seems to change the body's appearance. I mean, well, yeah, it does, but it's still their body. It's not like just because the appearance changes, suddenly it's not their body anymore. I mean, technically, by all, like in the, I think it was the first trial of this chapter, where Maya channels that nurse who ended up who ended up dying in that accident. Like her fingerprints were still on the gun, so it's still her body. Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, just something to say. Please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, there's something you saw. Was it this item? I mean, technically, we have been presented with info that states the spirit can control the channel. That has to be in, like, either later this chapter or next game, because I don't remember anything like that. Other than... No,
my bad.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I want to say that the whole Maya being possessed thing, but that's not true. And it's not like the spirit can force their way into the body. The channeler has to actually allow it. So, you know, I don't know. Well, I'll probably just have to send the makers of Phoenix Wright a tweet or something asking them about that. Because that's honestly really confusing.
What happened?
Oh. They're talking about how if Phoenix were to hug Maya while she's possessed by Mia, would he be hugging Maya or Mia?
Why not both?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the easy answer, but I'm trying to go for like
That's not the easy answer, it's the right answer. Why can't you have both?
Because it's one or the other. One is not consenting to that hug.
You don't know that.
I think I do actually, because as many people would tell you, and as many of the not so smart people in the peanut gallery over on Twitter would tell you, silence and being unconscious does not mean consent. That's something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Guard's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the Killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. I swear I'm pronouncing these names wrong.
You probably are.
I missed the first game where all the names were puns. And like Shelley the Killer, it's a pun obviously because he is the killer here. But like still. Trial. It's based on a true story. You know, I actually heard that. I wasn't sure of it though. Like I remember reading it in the comment section of a Phoenix Wright video. And also, I may or may not have stolen a line from Edgeworth's speech back then and used it on Twitter. But no one ever has to know. No one ever has to know about that.
Well, you just brought it up, so people are going to look.
Well, I mean, there's only one person watching, so I should be fine. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found at Mr. Unguard's mansion, which means... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Unguard is the killer's client. Order, order, order! I said order!
What?
Mr.
Ain't shit
Wright.
happening?
This is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. I wanted to be a lawyer as a child, and who's to say I couldn't be a stalker? Well... Actually, the law says that you can't be a stalker and a lawyer. I mean, technically you can be whatever you want to be, but like, I'm pretty sure a lawyer stalking anyone else would be frowned upon in the legal system. I don't know for certain, but I'm positive in that defense. Yeah, sorry, Mia. No, it's alright, your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I did a mock trial in high school and I was the prosecuting attorney at the trial. I got the kid given 10 years of community service.
10 years community service?
Well, I'd probably be dead in the first 3 weeks, so... I mean... I have a lot of time on my hands.
You don't get paid for community service.
You know what? I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, you don't.
I was just talking about on principle alone. Like, I have a lot of free time on my hands, but in all honesty, most of that is me just being bored, sleeping, or at least trying to interact with people. So, doing community service, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. they couldn't arrest him, so it was only community service to be dealt out, as our teacher said. Honestly, I would have given him the death penalty. 10 years, he's getting off too easy. I think it's clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Time for our patented let's save before we screw something up. Oh, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? I was just on the police. See if they're there. Well, obviously it would be Matt, because the bear was found in his house. I was right at the end of the trial, as I am not great at speaking in front of the crowd. Well, join the party. I mean, I'm horrible at speaking in front of other people. Or the bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found at Mr. Engard's mansion. However, Mr. Engard was arrested at the hotel that night. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. But I can do pantomimes. Well, pantomimes are a thing. There you go, buddy. You got something going for you. I think you... Oh, wait, I already read this. It's not possible that it was Mr. Engard who took this bear to his mansion. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew. Disaster averted looks... Objection! God, you know what I want to do right now? I want to watch that objection funk video.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I love the absolute crap out of it. Objection! 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 You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Engard's mansion. Uh-oh. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. The killer and Engard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Engard Mansion as its butler. I should have stayed at my local pantomime and became an ugly stepsister. Well, no. Ugly wouldn't really describe most women. Or men, or whatever it is that you may be. It's 2019, so I don't want to assume. Assuming that I am not assuming. I think that you are a beautiful human being. For watching my stream and not, you know, being embarrassed or disgusted. And the killer is hiding at Engard Mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Engard Mansion by the killer himself. But it looked like he was about to be arrested, and a guard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during the investigation. I have a Deadpool profile picture. Pretty sure I'm Ryan Reynolds. I actually don't know what Ryan Reynolds looks like.
He's a handsome man.
Well then I bet that you are a handsome devil whose real name is most likely Jack. So I'm gonna call you Handsome Jack from now on. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright?
Such
You
a
plan
little
to?
bitch boy. Would you stop it, Phoenix? Oh my gosh.
He's so
Oh my gosh.
concerned.
What do
Okay, so here's
Oh my
the
gosh,
thing.
what do I do? What do I do?
I mean, that's him every trial. But here's the thing about this specific trial. Unlike the other ones, his client is guilty. So he has to determine whether or not to prove that he's guilty and risk Maya being killed, or worse. Or he has to make sure that his client gets innocent. Maya never forgiving him. And a definite killer walking free. His world right now is a mess. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to? I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony. What? There's still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor. And it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? Powers' testimony. Duh. Mr. Powers' testimony, of course. Huh? I know that my testimony is kind of shaky, but your inanity stupefies me, Mr. Wright. Inanity? Inanity? Unanimously. Phoenix pulls bluffs hit from out of nowhere. Oh, Phoenix pulls bullshit from nowhere. Literally every trial. I still
Plot
am,
armor. Got it.
I still am upset over the police and prosecutor one with Lana Sky. That one pissed me off. Mainly because every couple of seconds was a new thing that I had no way of knowing. And it's like, haha, we got him! We have already clarified all questionable points during the cross-examination just now. Eric, wasting time like this calling the testimony questionable. I'd say it's your head that's questionable here. Phoenix, anime power!
Anime bullshit, power activate!
How dare you penalize me over being careful?
You've activated my trap card. Anime plot bullshit.
Hey, I just pulled some anime bullshit. Apparently, that penalized, that never happened. How about that? I still have my full HP. The seal of Orichalcos. With the power of the Orichalcos, I attack Phoenix's life points directly. Wait, what? Ah! Let's go with the person who receives the guy. There's one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who receives the banner. You can't still think of the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Wait a minute. Actually, you know what? That is kind of shaky. Because if you remember, Power is right here. He's saying that that he gave the teddy bear to Matt on guard. But if he gave it to Matt, how did it end up at his manor if he got arrested? Like, that's still pretty shaky, all things considering. Monstacado! Monstacado! You know what, Taya, you're right. It doesn't matter if I win, lose, or Monstacado! Hanase! As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear. We can't be sure of. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Huh? Huh?
Uh,
He self-incriminated himself.
what is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah,
Ah.
sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remember who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But, that arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it. You've gotta be kidding! Are
What
you
is
sure
he
of that,
saying now?
Mr. Powers? Well, basically, he's saying that the one who took the teddy bear from the killer was Matt Ungard, because he saw him in his Nickel Samurai arm.
Oh.
Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. I'd hate to have that be the case because, we know what happened with the last person who claimed that it was indeed the Nickel Samurai. It turned out it wasn't the Nickel Samurai, so how could you be sure? It looks like you dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. I swear, this is every trial for him. He's never not digging his own grave. So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. Phoenix.
He's always digging his own grave. Why?
Because he falls into the dumbest of traps. As a matter of fact, he got mauled by a tiger at least 3 times in the same chapter.
What?
Like, dude,
What?
I guess he's not a cat person.
By the tiger?
Yeah. Oh, and a gorilla stole his lawyer's badge.
Wow. The fuck is wrong with him?
He likes shiny things. By the way, Matt Pat is bad at Phoenix Wright theories. Matt Pat is bad at a lot of theories. Let's just say that. I mean, I don't want to call him out or anything, but like, I don't know. And besides, who really has the time to do all of that researching and stuff? The fact that he gets paid for it is amazing, but like, that's over the top. It's unnecessary. I mean, how is learning that Ridley can literally shred human beings? How is that gonna help me in life? So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Ungard is the Nickel Samurai. Actually, prosecutor dude, you gotta remember that Matt Ungard, he's just an actor. The Nickel Samurai is a cartoon character, an all-star hero, man. These two things, they're totally not connected in any way, dude. You gotta hold off on that. Unfollowed him when his content lied too much. You know what? I don't even know if I'm subscribed to the Game Theorist channel. They're not appearing on my newsfeed anymore, so I assume I'm not. But like, that's weird. I did, however, like their videos on Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I mean, it was insanely creepy, but like, you know, kind of makes you feel better. Oh, your Vic article is great. Thank you! I worked hard on that. And many people say that it was biased, and I'm just like, well, it wasn't meant to not be biased. I mean, it's an opinion piece at best, only because it's based off of how I viewed the facts, like how I interpreted the information. It's not meant to actually be, you know, 100% 50-50. it just comes off that way because, you know, I try not to cater more to one side. Honestly, I also wanted to make a video on this, but I wasn't sure if I should or how I should go about it. But I remember on my Twitter, I posted about, like, you know, that I was waiting for a plot twist to happen in the Vic case, and it was a very specific thing. It was like, I was hoping that, like, for a plot twist where suddenly Vic is actually proven to have done all of that, and then it turns out that Hanlia got the name wrong, which means that Funimation's investigation was it was stupid. It might as well have not taken place. And you know, that really, like, I'm happy because, you know, Vic is once again proven to have at least not, like, another person was debunked. I'm happy about that, but it pissed me off because, like, I've never ever in my life thought that someone would be that stupid. And I mean, she claims that she had brain damage from a tragic incident. And, you know, I'm not one to, you know, demean others because of incidents that they had. But how in God's name do you end up accusing someone of being a pedophile, and for whatever reason, you didn't check to see if you were right about it before making that tweet? Traumatic incident that caused brain damage? I'm pretty sure that that's the process of becoming an SJW. But then again, what do I know? I don't really care much about politics and the way people view things. Greg Duchette got mad at me. You know, I find it funny that this guy is chiming in on all of this, yet he's so wrong. Like, I thought that since they consulted a lawyer about all of this, that this lawyer would at least get his facts straight. But, like, this guy is somehow even worse than most of the people who are running around saying, oh, I'm a lawyer, except I've only been in the courtroom that one time when I was doing jury duty. And, you know, I actually made a bet with that Duchette character. He was saying well, actually, I commented on this thing about, like, how it was amazing that someone like him could be so wrong about what he was saying. And you know, like, I wasn't saying that, like, in the sense that, oh, you're a lawyer, but you don't know lawyer stuff. How stupid is that? I wasn't saying anything like that. It was just that, from the way that I viewed the situation, he was spouting off things that weren't true. And then somehow I ended up in a deal with him about, if Vic loses the case, I will donate $100 to a charity of his choosing, which I do fully intend on doing, regardless, because, you know, it's charity. And if I'm wrong, I will make a public apology over it. But, like, he's saying that if Vic does win his case, he'll donate $100 to the GoFundMe. And I'm just like, this guy has no idea what he's signing himself up for, is he? And you know, that there's, like, a couple of people who said, oh, Vic's gonna lose the case, and if he doesn't, or this from Kick Vic. Hold on. Let me rephrase everything that I was just about to say. People from Kick Vic were saying, if this happens, or if that happens, or if this or that happens, then we will give this person this amount of money. Like, you know, Shane Holmberg, who, ironically enough, I don't think I've heard a single peep from since basically everything that happened with him. But he said that he was gonna pay some people if Nick didn't show up or if he canceled. And Nick did neither of those things, and he still hasn't paid those people. In fact, he ended up blocking them. So I was like, well, if you really plan on doing this, let's make this official. If Vic wins his case, then you have to donate $100 to the GoFundMe. And he's like, yeah, sure, but you have to donate $100 to charity if he doesn't win. And I'm like, alright, fine, whatever. And then this Emmett guy, Emmett Plant, or Emmett Initiative as he's known as Twitter, he comes out of right lane, speeding. He's like, no, 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 hold up, you wuss, you little baby, you coward. If Vic loses his case, then you have to pay 100. Not if he wins past the CPA. And I'm like, dude, literally, whatever. Because either way, if he loses the TCPA, he's already lost. And even if he doesn't win the actual lawsuit itself after getting past the TCPA, I'd be more than happy to donate $100 to charity. Because it's charity. And we got into this whole argument, and then he started pulling up tweets from my timeline. I was like, dude, if I knew that you were gonna go through my timeline, I would have honestly tidied it up for you. Because now I'm kind of embarrassed that you had to sit through all the garbage that I retweet. I'm literally meme trash, okay? There is so much stuff on my timeline that is related to memes. I am following Lost Nights simply because he posts the best meme content I've ever seen. So, you know, people from Vic, as to quote Mr. Edgeworth, they are not clowns, they are the entire goddamn circus. They stood at the fence and made that all the clear. I'm so lost now! You made me go off on that tangent.
Oh, you kept pushing X?
No, I wasn't pushing anything at all, so now I forgot exactly where we were. I swear, this is what happens when I get excited over a topic. Yo, he literally just said, what am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! Yo, and let me just remind you that Mia died in the second trial of the first game. And the only reason why he's getting help from her is because the person sitting next to him is a spirit channeler. You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry. Now, I will bring this cross-examination to your honor! Again, Mr. Wright? You've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you removed from this court, Mr. Wright. Ooh. Ooh. Edgeworth, why are you being like this? You already know what his situation is. Some people write some fucked up fanfic with Mia, Maya, and Phoenix. To be honest, if you write fanfic about Phoenix and Maya, you're already fucked up. Because, like, she's 18, but, like, still, it just seems weird because of how she acts. She's a total child at heart and in appearance. So it just seems weird to me that anyone would put them together. Like, I'm not against any form of shipping whatsoever. Like, I'll even put Roman and Ruby together from Ruby, and you know that they're like 20 years apart in age. But like, it just feels weird to me. It doesn't. I'm not saying that it's strange in the sense that, oh my god, I hate it. It's absolutely disgusting. You people should die for doing it. No, I don't feel that way about that. I just think that it's weird. Period. Mia makes sense though, she's older than Phoenix. Honestly, I think Mia is actually a lot worse for this, because technically, Mia is his boss. I mean, can you imagine how that must look on paper if you were, like someone writing a fanfiction about a lawyer, you know, dating or having some type of intimate relationship with his boss, who is dead? I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Am I doing something wrong? Like, what's good? There's cut. The bear itself. Bear, Mr. Wright? Yeah, we already looked over that. We can skip through this.
Hi, Baba. Hi, Baba.
Objection! Objection! Unguarded worked together, so to speak. The killer was fighting an unguarded mansion. Yada yada yada. Good enough. We now know why this bear figure was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin's concern. Things have become very clear. Who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Engard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you cannot win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? I mean, if I hear the verdict... I feel like this is one of those situations where what I pick doesn't matter. I'm gonna raise an objection. Objection! There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I've left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the rare figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at Unguard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. Phoenix is a dirty lawyer confirmed. He really is now. He's so desperate to get that innocent verdict. Even if it means... actually no, he's not even desperate to get the innocent verdict. He's desperate to avoid a verdict, period, at this point. The real client. Yes. This is all you have. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer? Adrian Andrews? Yes. We already know that she tried to free Matt Unguard for the crime. By wearing a spear and nickel samurai costume. Ah! Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw, that could have very well been Miss Andrews. Thanks, we'll get it. But what about Mr. Unguard? Would you please recall yesterday's testimony? She's so pretty though. I really do like Adrian. Like, she looks like she'd probably curb stomp you standing up. That's how tough she looks. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Unguard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Unguard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's a murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya.
Ace, he has a plus 17 to persuasion.
A plus 17?
And he keeps rolling the
what are you
natural
talking about?
20s.
Exactly. I was about to say that. His natural stats are max for persuasion. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. And Mia's like, he cares so much about my little sister. I'm so proud of him. Order, order, order. All disrupted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Uh-oh! He's like, well, crap, I didn't think this far ahead. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to on guard right away. Why did you ask? Are you talking to me? Didn't you have pizza on the oven? Fine, you can have a slice of my pizza. But only a slice! Only one! Oh, you were waiting for me to get it to you, aren't you? Fine, go take a shower then. Stop standing by my door, you lousy hobo.
You're a lousy hobo, you lousy hobo.
Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. And the bear has the thing. Oh, the bear has the thing. Your Honor, prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Ms. Andrews. And who would that be? Well, Shelly the killer, actually. Why are you calling Adrian Andrews to the stand herself? God damn it. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes,
That
Your
was a
Honor.
natural one on Ace's fucking deception, bro.
Nah, that was a natural one on his intelligence.
He instantly called that shit. He's like, nah. He's like, nah. I just come here.
March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. I feel sorry for all the witnesses that get randomly called to this trial. Man, I feel bad for the witnesses that get put on the stand in general in this game. They are made out to either be the worst kinds of people, or, in some cases, just completely clueless. Poor Gumshoe has been on the stand so many times. I honestly feel like that the creators of Phoenix Wright, they didn't like his character, which is why they have people abuse him. He can barely afford to live on any kind of food. Not to mention the fact that he got fired at least 3 times up to this point. Like, Gumshoe is kind of key though. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. It's a normal thing. A really strong power? Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. Beep. How long is it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. We just had one. Even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I gotta keep the child going until Miles can rescue. Now if I just spin on luck this time, is all our hopes are not? A tent! Huh? A tent. I could see a circus tent. Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. Wow, she just stealed her sister from her cousin. Or whoever. Whatever Pearl is to Maya, I completely forgot. I'm pretty sure that they're cousins. So, you should review the anime. You know what? I've honestly been thinking of having a review segment on the channel. But in all honesty, it feels like every topic that I would cover ends up being covered by someone else. I want to review My Otome. No, I doubt anyone has done a review on that show. Or My Hime, or its subsequent OVAs. Or the missing part of the trilogy that definitely has nothing to do with Otome's or Hime's. Pearl secretly Mia's kids, let's be honest. Honestly, I could see little traces of her in Pearl. And honestly, I would be surprised if that's not what, what's her face, Pearl's gonna look like when she's older. I'd be shocked. Oh my god, that reminds me, I saw a picture of what Emma it looks like when she's older. Or more like, I saw, like, her animation for, like, her scenes when she's older. And she is just, ooh, I miss the old Emma, but the new Emma, seems far more attractive. I mean, she barely looks different. She honestly just looks smaller. She looks less than her mom does Mia. Looks like father was just sneaking around when she was reading. I can see a circus set outside the window about 300 feet away. Don't shoot. Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map about 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry. And I can see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Don't shoot. There's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was... You know that the only reason why he's able to get any of the information that he needs for the trials in this game is because of the BS that is the Faye family spirit channeling thing and their powers and stuff. That's the only reason he's able to get anywhere in these trials. Maybe the third floor is up. I heard her old office building. Good stuff, pal. I can just hang in there just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? The music is louder than you sometimes. You know what? I get that feeling. I really do.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go. I have to do a couple things, alright?
Alright, I'll talk to you maybe later tonight, then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the background music at a 1 for now. Yeah, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Felix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry! Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make the trial last a little longer. I want to bet that his phone is going to ring during the trial. And that's when he's going to be like, well, Mr. On Guard, the criminal, the true person behind the death of Juan Carita. And then, like, they're just going to be in the middle of questioning Adrian, and it's just going to feel like, well, something bad just happened. Yeah, Kush Senpai is really cool. He's a really great guy. I like him. Now repeating. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Anderson Stanton. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear, Ms. Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness have. Power Rangers Beast Morphers is good, by the way. It uses far less Sentai footage than most Ranger seasons. I'm not really into Power Rangers anymore. Actually, you know what? I don't think I was ever interested in Power Rangers. I mean, there might have been a few times where I'd watch them just for, you know, like, something to watch, but, like, I was more of a Wishbone kind of kid. Wishbone, Fetch with Rough Ruffman, Cyber Chase, I think it's actually called. I was more of an educational child growing up. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this very secret? Alright. Why? Why does she... Hasbro now owns Power Rangers, which is good. Better toys. Yeah, Hasbro, they came out with a bunch of great toys since I was a kid. Like, in all honesty, if there's any company I would entrust of the making of toys of any merchandise, it would have to be Hasbro. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So it's figurine. It's a container of sorts, is it? Where is... You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get me a bottle of water. 1 second! Alright, so there was no water in the fridge, so I had to grab one from the pack. Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like it really was something to that bear after all. Actually, there's something I want to check out because I don't remember picking it up. Let's save real quick. So this is an elaborate puzzle. A puzzle? That's right. That looks like an ordinary figurine. Sure enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right, and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Ooh! This is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. What do you find after you take the puzzle apart? At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. But this was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present for Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bag. So I exactly knew how to solve this puzzle. Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country. This looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside. Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Most knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box. Cassandra is ready to hit on Juan. You know what? I think... I really think that there was more to their relationship than what we were told. You know, about them... about her just getting close to Juan to, get the suicide note for her mentor. I really do feel like she was actually starting to fall for him. Even if she didn't know it herself. I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, that only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. On Guard didn't know, right? What? Fine. I'm streaming! What do you want? Open my door if you're not gonna come in. And this is about all I'm going to get from you. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness? The question proves that Mr. On Guard could not have been able to access any incriminating things in the bag. You are the only one who can open this. Please. God, look at the back of her. Like, the front is like a goddess, and the back is just perfect. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note, right? It's the yeah, I thought so! The suicide note. The suicide note left by Juan Curtis, former manager, Celestin Pax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Adding more questions to the judge allows them to doubt your guiltiness or innocence. That is also true, yeah. Hidden by the victim, Juan Curtis himself. It seems Celestin Pax has very beautiful handwriting, and she's just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness, do you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace, so now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? The next logical question would be, what is written on the note? That's right, at least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of the soap it does. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note out loud. Very well. Oh, look, 69 comments! Well, obviously it was a broken myth. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her notes, Leslie Box left to us a record of all that has happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by Ungard, about being engaged to Coretta, and Ungard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Intox had to say. There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt Ungard values, above all else, his refreshing life as refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. The guards walked over and told her. This time, he even went so far as to kill someone on top of the building. How terrible. A selfish person. I guess there are fine little lawyers out there who defend the East Coast too. There's no room for doubt here. How lucky that Juan was going to do that. To shoot the killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. The only person who can use this note that badly is the defendant. Why are they still chattering? Oh my god. Let's not forget that the barrel of the note inside was found in the defendant's note. It seems that we could have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Felix? Gumtree wasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry! Suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? Well, first, let's pursue a save option. I want to go as I need to get some sleep, but this was fun. Hey, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll tune in next time because I love streaming for you guys. And I would very much love to have you accompany me on my next stream. See you later, buddy. Okay, so suicide note of figurine.
Objection!
Please wait. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get the color of the I think Your Honor believes that Ungard killed in order to obtain the note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Coretta until the night of the murder. That is the case. I said that Matt Ungard could not have known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order! 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 You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edward, what is your opinion? Which is obliged, I think I did rather well on this one. Fortunately. People believe differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more to verify itself. I'd like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt on guard. Wait, hold on. Actually, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I got the victims both followed the others as they get survival. They even went so far as to use this type of violence to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim falling for that was being fired. Personal life is being watched by none other than Matt Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuff as clear as I. But this camera that I have is not the insane one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. This. Gumshoe's box. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Mr. Matt Guard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, this looks like those cameras are hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? Here's this is the end. Fairly obvious that Matt Guard learned the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. Got me good this time. I don't have anything to Hey, hey, now what's that voice? Mommy? Is that me, the bad guy? Bad guy? Just stop. Don't look in his way he's looking at Just change. Have you figured out what you're going to do next? Come on, I'm going to do next. Just running away like a frightened child. I know it seems like a strategy. But you forgot one very important thing. Oh, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that you really should investigate. I think we should investigate. Well, I hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look at the item when he had a chance. Why are you speaking with riddles all of a sudden? I think it's time to finally check it. Right? You don't have any further objections, do you? Let's go ahead and see. I'm sorry for all the saving. I want a perfect record. Can I figure out what it is? Is it something to be looked at? Should I like that? I have no objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. We're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. What? Hold on. In your eagerness to prove your point, you forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something? Listen close, Mr. Edgeworth. There's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. About this piece of evidence. Let's let us count. Yada. Already went through that. What? Take that! Some stuff like that I should see. I think the item that should be examined is the defense scream at. Whoops. Ah, no. It'd be nice if me could just tell us the answer.
Take that!
Okay, so let's just go ahead and reload that.
Objection!
I don't know what evidence he's talking about. Okay, so.
Take that!
I don't know what she's talking about.
Take that!
Ah! This might take a while, guys. Objection! Objection!
Objection!
I think you're gonna have to check something out. I mean, this is footage taken by the spy time.
Take that!
Edgeworth is close to it, so
Take that! Take that!
I'm convinced I have no idea what it is.
Take that!
What? Really? What about it? What do you need to examine? Who knows? I'm sure the suicide note was found inside this bear. This bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Strange. The handwriting on the suicide note is yet to be analyzed. Oh, so, as to whether this total piece of evidence was really written by this impact on us. Does have to be even remotely Mr. Wright, you can't disagree. Mr. Wright, are you sure that saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you're the one who tried to pin this murder on this guard. Just to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the bear. How dare you!
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning the figuring. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Ms. Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so that you could use it to frame Matt Eingard. I did no such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce the suicide note fake, then show this part so I will support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented the scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Ah! That's enough! Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial for one more day. I don't think mine will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. It's about the prosecution and defense further investigate. And I'm about to slur trying to buy more time. Guard is guilty. I'm getting me to tell you that. The rich get the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. I knew it! I'm sorry, I just love this ringtone. Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? Sigh. What is with him? And what's with that sigh? There's Maya. What happened to the killer? He, got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty, guilty, guilty. You hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, if you please get a hold of yourself. Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. We take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Take that! Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy some more time. Court is in session. Court is in session. Dang! I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time, I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? You can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. Wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please. Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, the court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Oh, shit. Things are starting to go a certain way. Where'd my water bottle go? Okay. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Right? Well, what's going on with my situation? The killer looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Report! Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time to spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. I got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. I don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. My hunk of junk car, I'll say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one! God, I love you, Gumshoe. You're a saint. You're an angel. I'm holding out all the stops and running every red light. I was left by the murderer, huh? There is something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop me. What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? Gotta hurry and call for help. Oh, you have no idea where he is. The cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to these items before they do, police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Oh, there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Well, in all honesty, it'd be amazing if Von Karma just strutted in with the items. Why, oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at the moment? There is a way. That's right, there is a way. What? How? Sure can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. No. No. We're not in the middle of a mock trial here. I think it's something on my end. Okay, hold it up too high, but I'll try my best. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent, using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. It's Prosecutor Edgeworth here. Yes, Bill. There's a phone call for you, sir. Said it was extremely urgent. I probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Oh, come on! How is it not over? No one can stop him. He's all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Court, Courtroom number 30. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It's like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on his impact suicide note. Yes, Your Honor, unfortunately, we have discovered that the suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake. Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impax, who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis, however. It appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Carrera. Mr. Carrera? Well, well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engard. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engard could not have known that, and so that fact remains unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. Does sound very plausible. It's theory that the guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Principle is that the theory of the prosecution stated contradicts testimony. If everything in the prosecution is proven up to this point is true, it's impossible for Mr. Guard to not have known it's fake. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engard would have known that the victim had forged the note. Act. So then, the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake, and if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engard's motive for murder was, it suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor! It's not as if Mr. Engard monitored Mr. Coretta 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us the proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured. As I figured. It came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you were not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh? Well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering. It's not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this first, Mr. Edgeworth? So this is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the killer. Oh, Mr. the killer. What? What? Shelley the killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here, to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking, I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial up. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness, your name and your occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say? What is going on here, Your Honor? How can you remain so calm, and what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Hey, boys, Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. Looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Carita. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Carita. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. It's all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Shelley the killer. What is he going to say? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It's my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. Clever seems to be a very Mr. Clever. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. There is something I must first state. Can you hear anything you want to say later? Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. You know what the word first means? Sorry, God. Okay, so this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my situation. This has to be somewhere important than the trust between a client and himself. This is not here today. A little transient. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter, Ray. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. This is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? Oh, snap! No, I didn't say anything. The judge had better watch himself. So I wish that you grasp this name, the name of my client. I understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That egomaniacal. It's not good for your health to be... I skipped too quickly. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra flesh. It's all to me already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. I'm going to try to understand his mindset. He's very steadfast and close, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not a surface, you know. The trust between you and your client? I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It's never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough! Please, no more. Very well, that's only a hypothetical anyway. Are you... This client has already broken the rules and it's not going to tell me to try as well. Let's try to clean another. say before I do. Not to be so aggravated, yada yada yada. I don't know what to do next. I really don't. Roll. Let's first try that pit. Now they have time. Or it's to themselves. Trespass to copy code. It's all those. And that's horrible SDNs. Well, first things first, I want to save. I don't know if I saved the first all this, but
Objection!
there's something I must first save. There we go. Client private master exchange of trust on my clients are discreet about my identity. These are the roles and duties of an assassin. And you just said that your client had already broken the rules. Okay, so then they just wanted me to read through that again. Person frames another is the worst kind of human being. That's how you feel you can betray this person. I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand that you're assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, Eric, do you think you can understand my logic? It just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really? Nah. I do, but I don't think Phoenix does. Or at least I don't think he cares, as such. In case I believe I'm prepared to disclose information you seek. Make it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe you are ready. Excellent. That is the reason. Let's see, we'll leave time. What is it? Now I can't insult to ask the client. Same. You can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness? What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? Person's name is... Adrian Andrews. Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? Wait, so hold on now! I'm so confused! I'm so lost! This can't be on the phone earlier. What's going on here? I guess the demonstrated killer just stabbed Mr. Edwards in the back. Stabbed Edwards in the back. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Met on guard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you're the one who summoned this witness. Oh, you Shelley the killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is met on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. Even though it's clear that he's lying. The prosecution failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility that the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But the most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Vanguard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. And now, with the way this is going, Vanguard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edward is right. The killer is lying. On guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself playing with this? I would have believed the prosecution. Oh, this would absolve the defendant. Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Tell me the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake. But that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Vaughn's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That's testimony just now. You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button, donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's, you even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste's impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. I know, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. To decide. Well, they're gonna have me make a decision. Do I take the not guilty verdict to save Maya? Do I throw this chance away and wait for them to choose new evidence? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna request the trial continues. I can't do it, Maya. I can't accept I'm not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But my Vanguard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than Vanguard. And even then, even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edward that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Vanguard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? Never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. See through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at, and I'm sure that once these pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. He's like, I'm about to roast this guy's balls on top of something or other. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That's how things are, usually done. What is he talking about, usually done? What shall we have him testify about now? Please testify about your client in more detail. Ha! As I've already stated quite a few times, Jerry Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. I guess. I don't know. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Fawn Crater was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. So I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom real quick. All right, Mr. the Killer. Time to find out if you're guilty or not. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything is finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have the cross-examination to do, but you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. So if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony then I suppose lies in that also beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes 2 of us. Mr. Wright! You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? I'm just going like guilty. You are hereby declared guilty. And this, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? You're your client, are they not? However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. Goes without saying, Mr. Miller. Their fate is to live with our knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. My client just thought they could run away from their guilt. My client did it to frame another for the crime.
Hold it!
Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card! So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. Try to make things easy. But your business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. Had to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight. That is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being there. I'll pretend to be the first person to scout the body. So assuming most clients wouldn't do such a thing. That is correct. Usually most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of using your services ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. From the very beginning, that is correct, from before my client visited the room. All of my clients knew precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. Even more following is the creation and planning of the knife and button. So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill, that is all, and to leave my business card behind naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's her revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again, as in you plan to continue. I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the first successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine. Really? Are you really now? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. So there was one thing that Edgeworth commented on. Wasn't this? Yeah, I felt it was this. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. Keller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered. But how? How did you know that? From this writing class, Your Honor. Unless Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted. Which is why this glass of Torio juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Frankly enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? Tis, tis, tis. I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Critta's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange, yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, the killer figures out what we're up to. We're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in their testimony. I love how he's playing the part of a defense attorney and Phoenix is playing the part of a prosecutor now. Prosecution requests prior testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us some more time. I'll only wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with these items. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, cross-examination, please. This request came to me about 1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my service, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. Specific date and time. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions on my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Critta's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. You must be talking about this bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference after all. That is correct. If I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, does the testimony just now have any importance? The testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. Okay, hold on. Maybe I should go back through that, because I think I might have chosen something wrong. No, well, just as conjecture. I don't think it's very important. You physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was with that brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Oh, Mr. Wright, this testimony just now of any importance. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. Mr. Kelly had met his client before the murder, but it's unlikely that he is mistaken. So he's saying that his client really was? I guess. Just as I said. I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. That's correct. Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the Philly's testimony. But there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. Talking with him. But I can trust this, but true what they say about talking face to face. Go ahead, just tell. I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. So let's just go ahead and, professional assassin, always lays a shelly card. So I get the feeling about time. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar and took the request at that time. That sounds correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. I sound so sorry for myself. Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that isn't impossible to... What? I'm streaming still. Go away. Wow. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So what is the issue? He's like, wait a minute. I think I messed up. Big oopsie. What did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Oh wow, it broke. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? What do you mean, what is the meaning of this? You should know! This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their requests. But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Ms. Adrian Andrews. He's sweating oil. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shelley the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. But you just said that you didn't. You've never taken requests by mail. There may have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Grita and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So he took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony. GC is definitely lying. Careful, Phoenix. You break the assassin's testimony completely. It's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. Didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible. So didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come now. Let's stop this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. Alright then, just cough it up and shut. Mr. Wright! You can't badger witnesses with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. Killer met with his client? Do I? I want to say that, but do I have proof of this? I don't know. I really don't. That he met with this client, I'd have to say no. Another question. It's the nature of right and wrong. Should not meet certain clients. Recently, I've been receiving more requests. So I meet each and every client. I've had some nice business opportunities. On top of which, times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I've joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope? I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. Email? So much! I can't even stand. In the contest of America, the judge would beat a parrot hands down. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and that's just from the murder of concrete at 2 or 3 other things. Yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? That's rather. A lot that relates to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes. Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. So I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be you were planning to betray your own client? I smell the scent of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one? Wait. Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. It's worth pursuing. I'm gonna press further on it. This is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs the client requested for. Surely that important. I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine. After the assassination of the target, I was to find the figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Corella's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please prove what you just stated in your testimony. I want to present this.
Objection!
Okay, that's what I like to see. Chili the Killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I was going. Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? I love you, Judge. Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order, order, order! So that's where you two are going. By the very fact that the suicide note is still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Oh! Order! 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before, how I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's enough. If that is your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No, please, not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... I don't know how to make that noise. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you? Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there's a need to hear more testimony or is this enough? Well, we should. Edgeworth, can't do this. You keep this on my shield. Prosecution. What has come over everyone? You are. Prosecution. Rest. What is going on around here? Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. Is like, ugh, this sucks. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Ungard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Ms. Andrews would be charged with murder. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Ungard, to the stand. The killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. But believe it, the outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. Ha! So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. Ungard, what an atrocious lawyer I have. Giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap. This is as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or shall I save Maya's life? You better get Ungard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? To guilt or not to guilt? That is the one true enigma of this trial. The choice I make, someone's life is going to end. All hinges on what I choose. Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. The person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews. Then your client, Mr. Matt Ungard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Ungard, is guilty. We're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Ungard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Ungard is... Ah! My girl's here! Screenshotting. Francisca Von Karma. Yo, she must have whipped the door open. I am very much convinced that that's how this happened. I knew that she was gonna charge in too. I knew it. I felt it in my heart of hearts. You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces, do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence here is in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy, he's fine, and his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. It's gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else about the items in. What are the items? Tell me the items! I thought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. The final evidence? It's weird, I like Matt's outfit though. I hate him, but I like his outfit. This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. These items do not bring up any new points, and they will not be accepted by this court. Ms. Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does this killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Question for more details. Does this pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistic test, so I can't say anything for certain. I don't recall anything about anyone ever getting shot in this case, so I don't know. Alright, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least with me. Yeah, this is the gun that shot her. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francisca. It's probably not going to help us very much. A small caliber pistol is thought to have been fired by the killer at Francisca. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. But the killer took that from Unger Mansion. Question for more details. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Fortunately, there's no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Charlie the killer is no ordinary man. The killer violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There's a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. One invited the killer on the night of the murder. One of its special buttons is missing. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may sit down now. Wait, Your Honor! Please, allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. Hold on. Let me go over the... Try it. For my sake, just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. 2. The first... They can guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh. The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Vanguard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way... Force the killer to end his contract with Vanguard. If the killer were to no longer think of Vanguard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Yeah, that's even more impossible. The man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. Oh, I know where this is going! I know where this is going! We have evidence to prove that he did do this! And now both of these seem like impossible feats of first, but if you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. But the problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence, because he was just shown that he's not accepting them. Yes, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side. Wait, does she mean you mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We've seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. There's one person who has yet to see them all. And the person does not know the truth. That truth, and maybe what will bring about the miracle in the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance. Ah, you know what that means. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible. Turn the situation around in one try. One try. That's all I will permit. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking Enguarde down at the same time. That's right. Let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? I see. Now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Actually, no! No! I'm gonna lose! I was just shot, so... No! Oh, it's just fun. So am I again. I feel like somebody just right. No, I knew what it was supposed to be too. That's something that doesn't exist. No, it's not the end. I promise you, that is not the way it's supposed to go. Justice ill served. I'd like to show evidence to the killer. Gonna go all the way. Wait, it's showing that. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, please bring in the trip to your front. Oh yeah, she's okay, right? Poor girl, she's starving to death. You wish to show me one piece of evidence? That's all I need. Let's hear a videotape. It's found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers and you attempted to get us back. That was most available, however, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the context of this tape? I was certainly told by my client not to not watch it, but absolutely no idea. Actually, you were on this tape. Me? There's a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. Who was it that planted a camera? The only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. Quite didn't listen, Your Honor. I love how he was like, shut up, Your Honor. Because like, he was gonna put... He realized his mistake and immediately corrected it. Claim supposed to provide a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did the Matland guards go in the crime scene? The reason why is that my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly filming for us today. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I lie. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the killer? Looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. That's quite natural. That's the kind of person they are. Their client is the person who only thinks and thoughts of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? Well, what did you do then? Well, it's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. Uh-oh. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Yeah, this is how we'll do it! Mr. Wright. My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! They didn't have to include that, but I'm glad that they did. Uh-oh. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there, what the client and the witness said. It's on karma. Where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Uh-oh, look at that face. He realizes how screwed he is. Looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You finally received the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I'd like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. And help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, please. Yeah, it's alright. We finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Come on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Let's plead guilty. Matt on guard. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. Nah! Oh god, he's scratching his face like a cat! As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. We? I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how's Matt Ungard? I've left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full crisp meal of whipped leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Damn, she's... fuck yeah. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. God damn it, you're making me cry. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court, Tenant Lobby number 3. Damn, I'm crying. This is beautiful. I'm honestly happy for Adrian. You're great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. My client on guard is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those are your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth, I have good news. Mai is now safe in police custody. Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. She's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Mystic Maya, save! You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick. Ouch, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believe in you. What? Streaming! Go suck your teeth somewhere else. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Oh. What's wrong? It's my karma. Look at her face. She is so salty that this couldn't be her shining moment. She really wanted the victory in this case. About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling? Mr. Phoenix, right. You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you! Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner, and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. God, you're making me cry, Edward, stop! I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well as you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. Didn't you lose like 2 cases already? That was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. 3 prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhand tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. Oh my god! I am clipping this! I am clipping this! The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his eyes set on victory. Who ran away into the night. Ah, is Miss Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! Miss Von Karma. I don't want to hear that wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. I mean, technically, he's not a Von Karma because he's an Edgeworth. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Francisca threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Ah, isn't that Ms. Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this right. Okay. Nick! Yay! It's Maya! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Aww, that's so adorable. That is so adorable. He was so concerned about her, though. He was literally losing his collective shit. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got Engard convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I'd never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Aww. Yo, this game really brings up the tears in me. I have no unearthly idea why. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. That's adorable. Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib, at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright. So how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gatewater Hotel. Hotel lobby. Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. Oh, you kill me, man. You kill me. I'm so proud of you, though. A telephone pole? And it wasn't a red light that got hit? You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. And I ain't joking. Yeah, that was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. He's so precious, I love him. Well, come on now, everyone gather around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lila bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. You know, he really does look so weird without his coat. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know, it's... Oh, ho, 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 ho. Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of these items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item. Oh, come on, y'all, it's over. Oh boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped. Never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days. Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where is this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Ah, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Ah, it sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Ms. Von Karma's receiver. Ugh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd, even though you're standing right here. The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now you'll excuse... I bet he never said those words before. Wait. What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's something I can give him to express how I feel. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left me. Hey, Mr. Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly? What'd you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. I missed her. I haven't seen her in like 3 streams. Anyway, who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask, everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh? Oh yeah, we're kind of at the point where I can't even buy you some noodles, pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. I'm almost done, sweetie. I'll be done in like a few minutes. It's like I just finished the trial. I wish that they would make these scenes shorter. Oh god, it's been 3.5 hours? Yo! Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? 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 Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Ah, you don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal, time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then, if you say so. Objection! Wait a minute. This can't be the end of the game. Hold on. I am all kinds of confused. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. Yo, I'm honestly kind of sad now. Mainly because I cried for most of the latter part of this stream. I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Nick. I'm so happy with the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners, so I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. I swear, you get fired and kicked off so many more times than I can think of. I already say things like, letting that one go is bad for society. I knew it, crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Actually, is my phone on the charger? Hey, it's the girl who got accused in, I think the first trial of this game. I'm going to be a waitress from now on, and bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so you're here to visit a patient? I'm Dr. Honey. Ho ho. Recently? Yes. My girl, you know. I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. Oh, he's talking about Von Karma. It didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes. Ho ho. He's talking about the girl in my profile pic. The one that I am desperately in love with from this game. I've never seen a stronger woman in my life. She whips like a true pro. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe. Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they will laugh at Mo's jokes. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Mo Curls represent. We got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. I want to know what's happening with Von Karma, though. What's this? It's just an ordinary electric razor recharging up. I can't believe this, really. How long do they plan on making me do this? But it's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? I was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me... See, okay, she's moving too quickly again, guys. There we go. Full speed Wendy. Special thanks Katsumi Marunaga, Kirada Yukito. I feel like I'm missing. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me, from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Ms. Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. Get her a smile. She's so Nah, that's... I want to think that's out of character for Ms. Von Karma, but like I also believe that it's not. It's become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my home. May we both be blessed with longevity. Wow, the radio actually just explodes. Oh my god, how long are these credits? There are a lot of characters in this, but still. Oh. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International departures, gate 12. Okay, this is the scene that I saw from the anime. I haven't watched the anime per se, but I've seen this clip. It's, Ezra's gonna be talking with Francisca. How did you know I was here? What's this? That's... I heard you were planning things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Look at her face! You can believe she's telling the truth. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? It's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francisca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. Oh, by the way, Tanya, Von Karma, she's actually 18. Have fun living with that. I'm expected to win no matter what. In failure, such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. Yep, only 18. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I didn't throw my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. That's because she has perfect genetics. Alright, you knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead of me, without me. Oh, also in the anime, if I remember correctly, she was crying in this scene. You can't see it in her sprites, but you can definitely tell she's sad. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you were going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francisca von Karma. Aww, there we go. Look at her, she's so adorable. Oh, that's going straight into the screenshot catalog. I'm Francisca von Karma. Don't think I'm gonna walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. She's sad because he's like, well, if you're gonna stop being a prosecutor, then I guess we have no more to discuss. And she, like, in all honesty, I believe that she's really in love with Edgeworth. And that's why she's so, you know, she's so passionate about getting her revenge and rising above him. Her entire world got flipped upside down when she found out what Phoenix Wright was all about. Not to mention she got shot, so... You're not really gonna copyright his whatchamacallit, are you? Come on, Nick. Hold on, can I look at this? Can I move this around? No. Farewell, my turnabout. Is there anything else after this, really? Because I know I still have one more game to go, but like... That's a stream for another time. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm done with this one. See, so let's see. This is the first one. This is the second one. And this is the one I'll be doing next time. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more gaming content like this, and go check out my other videos and get yourself accustomed to my way of life, so that you may also enjoy things the way I enjoy things. And God only knows where this journey will take us. So, I only ask that you bear with me and enjoy the ride. So until we meet again, this is Slater Danger, signing off, and I'll check you all again on the next one. Ta-ta for now.